For my paper, I want to analyze the way that different genders are represented in graphic novels. I really want to analyze the way that women are objectified in these graphic novels, but I also want to represent or analyze the way that men are represented in these novels as well. I think that will kind of go hand in hand, so it will be easy to do in the same paper, I'm hoping. And I believe that I have many sources to analyze this, and many sources that will make it easy for me to talk about the topics that I'm wanting to with this paper. We've talked about some in class already, and I also have found a lot of sources on my own. So the one that I will be using from class is The Watchmen, and I think that this is a good one for me to use just because of the story of Laurie's mom and the comedian's attempt to rape her. I think that whole story not only shows the way that women are objectified in graphic novels, but it also shows a really odd way that men are represented as well. So in this story, she is like one of the superheroes, and she even is objectified, and she's supposed to be represented as more of a strong female character because she's one of these superheroes, but she's even objectified and is pretty violently, well, almost pretty violently raped. And so I think that will be a great way to show on the women's side of things, but also the man who tried to rape her is the comedian, and he gets pretty much no backlash from attempting to do this. He gets beat up a little bit, but he ultimately receives no repercussions for his actions. So I think that is an interesting thing and is a great source for me to analyze both the way women are represented and the way men are represented, all in like the same source. So that's the source I will be using from class. And then the source that I'm going to be using that I found on my own is The Killing Joke. And I remember that we talked about this a little bit in class, and so I remembered that this might be a good place for me to start. So I was able to find this comic book online. So I read it online, and it was actually kind of hard to read. It was really graphic and really disturbing, but it's a great source because it is the comic that talks about the Joker trying to pretty much get attention from Commissioner Gordon, and so he shoots Commissioner Gordon's daughter Barbara, and he shoots her in like the pelvic region, and then he takes a bunch of pictures of her naked and like in a lot of pain, and he forces Commissioner Gordon to look at these pictures. And this is just, he pretty much, in this comic book, she's pretty much just used as a way to like tick off another guy, and is just used in like a really gross way. It's just kind of unnecessary the way that she is represented in this comic. So that is the one I read and is the first one that I'll be using to analyze, and this was a really good one for me to start at, so I'm glad that I remembered us talking about it in class. But yeah, so that is the approach that I'm going for so far for my research paper.